Okay, to do a captive ring, the first thing you want to do is start out with a nice round. So I just took a quick turn on this. You can see there's not even some great marks in here. Just doesn't need to be right now. Just get it round, little piece of cherry stock. After that, you're going to mark out where you want your ring. We'll just start in the middle on this one. So I'm going to put a little indentation here using the parting tool. And we'll put one on this side. Try to keep them about the same, not critical, but this is where we're going to want to put our diameter of our ring. And then after you got that, go ahead and round over the top of your bead. Or you can use a skew or a little spindle gouge like I'm doing here. Get out a small skew. You also just take the point down, roll over your beads like so. Now before I break my beads away, I usually like to come in with a little 220 sandpaper. Just sand the edges of them off real nice. It's a little harder to sand them when they're moving. So a little on each edge, back and forth like that. Okay, now one way to make it a little bit easier, you can come in with the edge of your skew using the long point. Just come in, make a little mark in on both sides. So you know where you're going to start with your cat's claw. Now this is the tool that I made. It's just an Allen wrench sharpened to a real sharp point. And you'll see we should have enough room to come in on the side here. I'm gonna have to raise my tool rest just a little bit. So we're gonna come in at an angle and rotate it around. Now I normally go until the bend here. Halfway on that side, you're gonna get a little smoke. And the ring moves right away. So that's all there is to it to cut these rings out. Now, while this ring is free and spinning now and moving, I'll come in here and I'll thin that down a little bit, and then we'll create some sort of obstacle so it can't go back and forth as we thin down the rest of the unit. So it's really that simple. Hopefully that made sense. This is again what the tool looks like. You just take an Allen wrench, sharpen the point to a little cat's claw, stick it in an old spindle blank, and you're good to go. A lot of the time I'll come in there so I can thin this out, make room for to make that nice and thin so the ring moves around quite a bit. Once you're down that side, move it over and do the other side. You can see I left a little ridge in there that we're gonna have to clean that up. But sometimes what I'll do is I'll tighten this up so I can press the ring in a little bit just to get a little further away. But that's the whole trick, man. There's nothing else to it. Pretty simple process.